So, a friend of mine hit me up and wants me to paint him 2 album covers. I love this. He gave me references, ideas, he gave me everything, and I'm literally obsessed. Got my 8x8 canvas. I feel like that's a good size because he's just gonna like take a picture and upload it. So I'm just gonna have a great time doing this. It's gonna be a grand old time. This first album cover is gonna be pretty easy because he gave me like the exact idea. It kind of looks gloomy, like the world is ending. I think I'm just gonna start out with like a black background. Let's get going. Okay, I have this watery ass black paint. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm gonna start with that because I just need to get rid of it. Okay. Because this paint is so thin, I was expecting to have to do a bunch of layers, but it somehow turned out fine. Okay, I'm just gonna make like a layout so I can see where everything's gonna go. That's pretty much all I need for this sketch, honestly. I'm gonna start off with the sky and the water. Now, these colors do take multiple layers, but I don't mind because I'd rather not have to spend a bunch of money on better brands of paint. Okay, I need that to dry, so let me move on to the water. I usually start my paintings kind of messy, and then I use like a trust the process mentality. I saw something on TikTok that was like, make it exist first, you can make it better later. And that is literally what I live by. I need to do something about how that water's looking. Watching this at like 10x speed probably makes it look a lot easier than it is. But I promise you, this took me hours. Like, I think the water was the hardest part. I had to go back and redo it like 30 times. I'm gonna move on to the clouds for now. Clouds are definitely a bit easier for me to paint. All I do is get like a frayed brush and just basically poke the canvas a bunch of times. It's hard to explain, but just know that the way I do it is not fancy in any way. Here I am hesitating to start the moon because I know I can't make a perfect circle. Yes, I'm a cheater, what about it? Even with tracing the paint bottle, I still had to go back and fix it like 10 times. I went back and forth for a little while, fixing the water, fixing the sky. One of my favorite parts of painting this was adding like the reflection of the moonlight, like you can see on the clouds here. I don't know why that was so fun. And now I'm going to bed, but I'm not talking because my boyfriend's here and I'm embarrassed. Alright, woke up a little late today, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up finishing it. Let's see. I'm finally done with the water in the sky for the most part, so I'm starting on the tree and like the grass area. Just getting like a good first couple layers because I am gonna add a bunch of stuff on top of this. Okay, I feel like that's good for now. Now there's gonna be like a girl laying here with like her arm in the water. I should sketch that out first. I feel like I should like start with like marker. Oh dear. I guess I am gonna have to use paint for this. I tried to take the easy route, even though that probably would have been harder. Whoever said not to mix black in paint to make a darker shade, I don't know what you're talking about. I've always done that and it has never failed me. I'm glad I stuck with actual acrylic paint because I know the markers are also acrylic, but something about the texture just isn't the same and I feel like it wouldn't have looked as genuine? I don't know, but I'm sure you get what I mean. So I don't 100% know the story behind this girl or the painting for that matter, but we have her laying here, her arms in the water. Hopefully she's just sleeping. We're gonna go with she's sleeping. So I wasn't able to finish tonight, but as you can see, there's like not much left. So tomorrow's my day, I swear. So I will see you tomorrow. Alright, today's the day that I actually finished this. Here's where we left off. I just have to do like the willow tree leaves, a meteor shower, some flowers, fireflies, all pretty much small stuff. So let's get started. First, I'm just touching up the sky and I'm also gonna fix the moon because, you know, I kind of want to get those out of the way first because they are in the background. It wouldn't make sense to do the leaves and then fix the background later. So there are also some numbers of significance that he wants me to incorporate. So we have 444, 555, and then 19. So I'm gonna have like carved into the tree 444, 555, and then I don't know, I am adding some texture to the tree as well because it was too smooth for my liking. And here I am painting the numbers teeny tiny. Okay, back to the moon. Obviously we can't have just a pink blob, and so we have to add the craters. I feel like that doesn't look like the moon. Yeah, it was a little hard at first, but I figured it out, as I always do. I don't know, guys, tell me, does that look like the moon? I feel like I did pretty good. Now I'll be adding the meteor shower. This is gonna be hard because I'm not good at making straight lines. Maybe I should sketch this out first. Wait, I don't like how that turned out. You know what? Let's just... Okay, we're gonna freehand the meteor shower. Something about that sketch did not sit right with me. I don't know if that looks like a fucking meteor. Looking back, it's so annoying how self-critical I am because this looks fine to me. But in the moment, I'm always like, oh my god, this looks like shit. We got 4 meteors. So let's do 4 bats and 4 stars. I feel like that would be a good, like, subtle way to include those numbers. Even though I'm also gonna put them on the tree still. Another thing that I forgot he mentioned is he wants me to add a little bit of like a majestic vibe to this. I feel like I know what that means, but at the same time, like, I fucking don't. So I'm wondering if I should add some like gold swirl, like, I don't know. I really don't know. How can I make this more majestic? I don't know, but we don't have to figure that out till later. Does that look like a bat? Now I can add the trees, which I almost forgot about because this part was already black. All I have to do is add like the actual fucking stems and branches. I also added a little bit of green just to highlight certain parts of the trees. And I also did the reflection in the water. Okay, now I'm finally gonna start the actual like willow tree leaves. I'm starting with black because once again, I kind of do stuff in layers. So I go in after with green and do like smaller details. I'll sometimes do like another like 2 to 3 more layers to add depth. Like, I don't know the words. I'm not like a professional artist, guys. I'm self-taught. I'm going a little fast, but here's the fireflies. I did like a layer of diluted yellow and then a smaller dot of yellow on top to kind of make it look like it's glowing. If only my head wasn't in the way. Now I'm adding some flowers. More specifically, they're supposed to be rain lilies. They kind of look like normal lilies. I don't know. I have this gold paint from like 10 years ago. It's a little dried out, as you can see, but I got like water on a brush and like it is usable. So I asked him what he thinks, and also just like if he wants me to change anything or add anything, if I suck and should die. So now we wait. Alright, today's the day I finally finished this. He did answer and he agrees that I should do like the gold glitter, so I'm excited for that. And then there are just a couple other things I'm gonna add, and then we'll be done. Before I get started with the glitter, I am gonna add a guy like sitting here kind of in the shadows, and then a banjo, which is perfect because banjos have 5 strings, I think. I looked it up, and that literally goes perfect because I have 5 fireflies and 5 lilies. I am not the best at painting people, especially faces, but luckily with this, it's kind of like, it's very dark, like he's in the shadows. It's like in a style where it's not too detailed, but you can still tell it's a face. Does that make sense? All right, now time for the gold. It's literally like solid, but it still kind of works. I know it's not a very drastic change from non-majestic to majestic, but I do love that I thought of this and I think it's a really good touch. Did they look good or did I ruin it? I forgot to record. He liked it, but he wanted me to change the guy sitting to more of like a ghost-like figure. So now it's done and I'm just spraying a clear coat over it so I can hand it over. The mask isn't really doing much. Yeah, I might get cancer, but it's fine. Okay, so he did want me to change it back to the original guy. But not a big deal. I didn't really like how the ghost one looked anyways. So now it's officially done. Nearly went insane, but you know. I hope you guys like it. Definitely go check out his new album, of course. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.